With the Night King gone, is Cersei the greatest threat to the Seven Kingdoms? Who was the real MVP of the Battle of Winterfell? And most importantly, what the f happens now? I'm Alex Robinson, and on today's episode of The Playback, we're looking back at what happened during this wild, death-filled, and extremely dark, but like actually dark, it was very hard to see, episode of Game of Thrones. And we'll be trying to figure out what'll happen during the rest of the series now that the Night King is officially gone. Roll the clip.
We'll rip her out root and stem.
Expect a trebuchet attack of spoilers here. I feel like that's a given. Now, our top story. The Night King is dead, or maybe he was always dead. Look, we just know he's not around anymore. Jorah, Theon, Beric, Ed, Lyanna, and Melisandre all died. Dany, Jon, and co have won the Great War against the dead, setting them up for a last war against Cersei, leaving the next 3 episodes very much up in the air. Our resident Grand Maester Esther Zuckerman is reporting live from the Citadel. Esther, what's the mood like in the Citadel? I imagine the Maesters are raging like they've never raged before.
The mood is great. We defeated the Night King and it's time to party.
So let's break down the Battle of Winterfell a little bit.
Give me 1 second.
I know you've been playing back the footage and you've got some awards you'd like to give out.
First up, MVP Arya Stark. Like, duh. And the X Factor? Melisandre. Without her and her fire skills, no one would have been able to see a damn thing. The comeback kid is Theon Greyjoy. Bran finally offered him full redemption in his very last moments. Way to go, Theon. Extra effort award goes to Lyanna Mormont, who died as she lived, being a little giant-slaying badass. Okay, now we're on to least valuable player. That's a tie between Daenerys and Jon Snow. Even though they had dragons, they were seriously ineffectual. What gives? Back to the good stuff. Best play, Arya again, with that stab to the Night King's tummy. Who else would it be? Okay, and finally, who will miss the most? In my book, it's Jorah Mormont. He gazes so tenderly upon Dany and did so until his dying breath. We'll miss those eyes.
Esther, those are some mighty fine picks. So what can we expect for the next 3 episodes?
Now that the Night King is dissolved into a million little pieces, clean up in the godswood, we can get back to what we really care about. The family drama that made this whole saga so compelling in the first place. Cersei's been chilling in King's Landing with her Greyjoy boo, drinking wine and waiting for her enemies' armies to be depleted.
It does seem like Dany, Jon, and the Starks are going to be fighting against Cersei and Euron. Her plan to sit back and wait maybe worked. But does she stand a chance against these guys in a head-to-head battle?
Right now, I might give her the upper hand. Though her enemies' armies have been basically demolished by the White Walkers, she's been amassing allies, including the Golden Company's fleet. Okay, sure, she still doesn't have any elephants or dragons, but she is pretty terrifying.
And just what is next for the episode's big hero, Arya? And has she been the princess that was promised all along?
Hopefully making out with Gendry and killing Cersei. You mentioned Melisandre's Azor Ahai prophecy, which foretold that a prince who was promised will end the long night. But the priestess may have also given us a clue as to who Arya's next victim is. She reminded us that Arya will kill people with brown eyes, green eyes, and blue eyes. The White Walkers have blue eyes. But you know who's got green? You got it. Cersei.
Another thing, on the trailer for next week's episode, we see Dany smiling, toasting, and seemingly being celebrated by the folks up north. Do you think she finally won them over, and is she ready to lead?
Dany didn't really prove herself in battle, but you're right. She seems to be sliding right back into her leadership position. I can't imagine Sansa, who wants to retain control of the north, will take that very well, especially now that her sister is the Night King killer.
All right, excited to see what happens next. Now let's do a little forecaster flashback. How did we do last week?
Well, we were spot on about Theon.
My forecast? He's dead.
But I will say, I was surprised at how many of our friends were spared the White Walker's wrath. The crypts did turn out to be a really dangerous place. But Sansa, Tyrion, Varys, and Gilly all made it out alive. Go figure.
I know the future is a little blurry, like the episode we just watched, but I'm wondering if the Death Forecaster 5000 has picked up anything on the next couple episodes.
Let's see how accurate our Death Forecaster is this week. Everyone wants to kill Cersei, so I'm giving her a 30% chance of death. But before she goes, we're on Clegane Bowl watch. A showdown between the Hound and his brother the Mountain could result in a 50% chance of demise on either side. The Mountain is already sort of undead, so fingers crossed he stays down this time.
Esther, finally we have a caller on the phone. Sean B. from Des Moines, Iowa. Sean, are you there?
Hey guys, So here's my question. Did Rhaegal the dragon die during the battle? He went down and didn't seem to come back. I don't know if I can handle losing another dragon, guys. I'm feeling very fragile. Oh, by the way, great hair, Alex. Great hair.
Thanks, Sean.
Thanks for the question, Sean. Yes, the living dragons did have a really bad time during the Battle of Winterfell, but I've got good news. They both survived. And while we're on the subject of pets, we'd also like to note that Jon Snow's direwolf ghost will live to see another day. That's all from me from the Citadel. Back to you in the studio, Alex.
Thanks, Esther. Good luck in the Citadel. That's it for the Playback. Tune in next week for more death, dragons, and increasingly good fake backdrops. The long night may be over, but we still have 3 episodes left. Thank you for watching the Playback. If you like what you saw, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And for even more Game of Thrones coverage, click the link in our description. If you'd like to see another video, you can right here to my left.